So let's start to talk a little bit about gender and entrepreneurship as our very last topic area for our international overview. We have just one learning outcome to achieve, so by the end of this session you will understand the general factors that shape the distribution of entrepreneurial activity and, in particular, the importance of context and gender. So the key question here is one that asks, are women truly underrepresented in enterprise globally? To summarise the situation, we can say that women entrepreneurs are found, to a greater or lesser extent, in all parts of the world and under all circumstances. But to what extent is the representation of women as entrepreneurs as good as it might be? The standard GEM indicator is the ratio of female to male TEAs, that's the total entrepreneurial activity. In other words, we can compare the extent of women's activity to that of men's as a ratio. So a ratio of 50% means that there is one female entrepreneur to every 2 male entrepreneurs. A ratio of 75% means that there are 3 females to every 4 males, and so on. But does this ratio differ across the globe? Well, yes, unsurprisingly it does. You can see there right at the top of the table is Belgium. Now, Belgium, unfortunately, has one of the lowest rates of female entrepreneurs. There are just over 24 female entrepreneurs there compared to 100 male entrepreneurs. In France, a little bit further down there, you got it? Great. You can see that there are 40 female entrepreneurs to 100 male entrepreneurs. If you can see your own country down there, feel free to press pause on this slide and take a look. Or maybe your country is on this slide. A little bit more positive we have, for example, is India, halfway down on the table. In India, there is a ratio of 79 female entrepreneurs to 100 male entrepreneurs. But hey, take a look at the Philippines right down there at the bottom. What's going on there? Well, here the data shows that there are 122 female entrepreneurs compared to only 100 male entrepreneurs. You surprised? Well, I was a little bit, but why do you think this might be? Generally though, if we look at some of the motivations behind female and male entrepreneurs, we can see that over both genders, more entrepreneurs start businesses out of opportunity rather than necessity. But there are discrete differences geographically between the genders on their comparative motivation. So, for instance, take a look there at the rates for Latin America and the Caribbean, slightly to the left-hand side there. You got it? Good. You can see that males, in comparison to females, are more likely to start enterprises for reasons of opportunity. In Asia, though, slightly to the right-hand side, you got it? It's the opposite way around. And in the US there, a bit further along again on the right-hand side, there's very little difference at all. Across all geographies, though, women tend to see themselves as being less capable than men. They are also more frightened of failure. But take a look at innovation rates. It would seem that across all geographies, women entrepreneurs are significantly more innovative than their male counterparts. That's good news, ladies. But why do you think this is? Press pause and take a moment to think about why women may be more innovative than men. But now let's try and summarise some main points on our discussion so far on female entrepreneurship and also from your reading so far as well. So we can say that in the majority of global economies, although not all, female entrepreneurship is a lot less common than it is for males. Other evidence suggests that the same is true for female business ownership and leadership. We can also say that female entrepreneurs exhibit the same mix of opportunity and necessity justification for enterprise. Education patterns for female entrepreneurship, they differ considerably between high income and low to medium income economies. Enterprise is more positively associated with education, only though in high-income countries. We can also say that in both high-income and low-income countries, groups of countries, a significant gender gap exists for both early-stage entrepreneurial participation, and this gender gap is greatest in the high-income country group. In the high-income group, men are almost twice as likely to be early-stage or established business owners than women. And in none of the countries are women more active in starting a business than men, apart from the Philippines, which we've already looked at, where the rate of female early-stage entrepreneurship is significantly higher than the male rate. We can also say that the gender gap is narrower in low to medium income countries, especially early-stage entrepreneurship. In these countries, the gender gap between male and female entrepreneurs is 27%, but it widens dramatically to 45% when we consider established business owners. And finally, we can say that the motives and the age and the qualification profile of male and females engaged in early-stage entrepreneurship, they differ quite a lot between high and low-income countries. So, we're almost done. So when you're ready, click on 1F Takeaways, which is our final session of this international overview.